right now is demonstrate the 2-minute magic formula. How many of you said you've been to the Dale Carnegie course? I knew there were a couple of people that raised their hand earlier and said they'd been to Dale Carnegie. No? Okay. You just read the book. Okay. So Dale Carnegie created the method called the 2-minute magic formula. And the reason that he created the method was because back in the early 1900s, he would encourage people to develop their personal relationship skills. Maybe you've read the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. Have you ever seen that book? It's a beast of a book. It's a great book, but it is a beast of a book. How to Win Friends and Influence People was what he started with. What he found, though, was that he couldn't get people to take action on what he demonstrated, so he made them come to the front of the room and tell the story of how they had taken action on what he told them to do. And what happened was people began to develop incredible public relations skills and public presentation skills as a result of that. Now, you're already a motivational speaker, right?
I am.
Okay. So, taking someone who already has a good skill at the front of the room is a trick, right? Versus taking someone who has no skill at the front of the room, who doesn't know how to stand in front of a crowd, or gets nervous just being up here, okay? But to be able to take what someone can already do and push it to the next level is the job of the coach, right? So I'm gonna show you a technique used by John Maxwell in Everyone Communicates to Connect, which are 10 principles of connecting, 10 practices of connecting, or 5 practices of connecting and 5 principles of connecting. I'm also going to combine in that all the research that I did on my journey to the World Championship of Public Speaking, all of the other world champions who I studied and read after and read under and listened to again and again and again, like John Maxwell, Zig Ziglar, Les Brown, Craig Valentine, Jim Key, the list goes on and on. And I'm going to wrap all that up together in one demonstration by retelling his story better than he does. If I can do that, will you be impressed?
Yes.
Okay. If I can do that and you're impressed, then I invite you on March 23rd right back here in this room to come for 4 hours for $99. And before you leave on that day, you will be in the front of this room multiple times and learn how to use the same 2-minute magic formula and tell your story better than you tell it now. And when I say story, I don't care if you're thinking about your 30-second commercial for your business, or telling your story to a friend or a stranger, or how many people have you met somebody at the gas pump and said, man, I'd love to just share with them for just a minute, and you find yourself going on and on and on and on and on. Raise your hand if you've ever done that. Okay. Or you start with the story, and this one time at band camp, and you feel like it's just going to go on forever. All right. So tell me a story. I don't care what story. Before you do that, though, tell me, who is your ideal client as a motivational speaker and a coach? You said that's what you want. You want to coach people to make millions, right?
Right.
So if I could put your best person right there, what do they look like? What do they do?
Well, someone who's looking for change in their life and wants to do something different, step outside the box, and has an entrepreneurial mind.
Okay. All right. And what one thing would you tell them to do differently, like right now, that you believe that it would fit everybody in this room for an example? Because pretty much everybody here fits that description, right? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Well, one thing that I focus on with my speaking is creating an environment for success.
Okay.
You want me to go more?
No. Okay. That's good. I'm just making sure I got all pieces in my head. All right. So tell me a story from your life. I don't care what it is. Pick an episode, maybe when you were a kid.
Oh, an episode as a kid?
Yeah. An incident where there's a lot of action.
A lot of action.
And you got 2 minutes.
Okay, incident when there was a lot of action. Maybe my childhood.
But you don't have to be a kid. Teenager? College?
Teenager? Oh, well, the incident had a lot of action. I remember I was maybe 8th, 9th grade. My parents were arguing. And it got to the point where it woke me up. And I had any idea what they were arguing. And so, upstairs, downstairs. So I come down, and they're arguing about the water bill. And I'm a kid, I'm maybe 15, 16, somewhere in there. They're arguing about the water bill. I mean, just really, really going at it. And it drove me crazy now thinking about it, because the water bill was $35. $35, they, not came to blows, just went crazy over $35. And I was a kid, I had money in my savings. I'm like, you want me to pay the water bill to keep it off arguing?
Okay. All right, y'all give him a hand. How did it get to be that big? I can't believe the bill is that big. Are you serious? Don't you know how to turn off a faucet? Why would you let it run up that high? That's what I heard laying in bed. 3 o'clock o'clock in the morning. My parents going at it. Terrified that I may not have my family situation like it is, I get out of bed and I go down the stairs and I walk in on an argument going back and forth. Guess what they're arguing about? A water bill. I woke up for a water bill. A water bill. You're right, a water bill, right? A water bill. Must have been a big water bill, right? No, $35. I was 15 years old. I had the $35 in my own coffee can. It was in my pocket. I'll give you the $35. Stop yelling at each other, for heaven's sake. This is my house. This is my family. This is all I got. You ever find yourself in that place where you've got to change something? Or that $35 could make or break your family? You ever find yourself in that place where one change in your life, the way you do one little thing, can make all the difference in the world for the safety of your family, for the sleep at night for your kids? I help make millionaires. One step, one change at a time. My name is Eric, and I'm motivated. What do you think? Alright, so I do an advanced communication workshop because I know, whether you're talking about a sales pitch like that or you're talking about just building deeper relationships with someone, doing it over and over the way you're doing it now is not going to change the way you do it now. But having someone who comes in beside you and pushes you a little bit in a different direction adds different things to that. We'll talk about things like a co-opted infamy. Who knows what that is? All these Toastmasters in the room, nobody knows what a co-opted infamy is. Alright, let me ask you this question. When I say the words, you ready? Ready? Brace yourself. Man cave. What's a man cave?
Where a man would go and find my husband as well. Well, I go there, but I don't care to go there. It's his thing, and you know,
I don't know what's a man cave.
That place where it's nobody else's. It's yours. What you want goes on the wall. What's on the TV is what you want to see.
Tim, what's a man cave?
My motorcycle.
Mike, what's a man cave?
A place where I can set up my own rules, be completely comfortable and not accountable to anybody else.
Michelle, what's a man cave?
TV and beer.
So here's something that's interesting. If I told you a story, and in that story I mentioned my man cave, every one of you would have a little different idea, right? If I tried to tell that story and describe the man cave, I would run out of time. Trying to match your expectation, your expectation, your expectation, your expectation, your expectation, your expectation of a man cave. But if I can say the words in such a way that I say I snuck around the corner into my man cave, I don't even have to tell you the rest of the story, right? You know where I'm at. You got a pretty good idea what I'm doing in there. Or no idea what I'm doing, as the case may be. That's called a co-opted infamy. In the tools of rhetoric or politics, it has a different purpose and a different meaning. In pure grammatics, it means a word that allows you to paint a picture in your head that is suggested but not directed. In politics, it's called artful vapor. That's also an NLP term. It's when you lay out an idea and then allow other people to come to a conclusion about what you mean by that. Remember those words we talked about earlier where there's an inference to the meaning? It may be inferred that I mean a certain thing. But it really doesn't matter even though we agree on what that certain thing is, just that you agree with me. Right? So I ask questions. And I get you to nod your head. Right? And you don't care if you're agreeing with me completely or not, because you really don't know what I'm talking about. Right? You follow me? See, those are tools of communication that are generally not taught, even in Toastmasters. There are DTMs that don't know what it means to use a co-opted infamy. And you can tell them they're the ones who always run out of time in their speeches. They don't know how to artfully weave those in. So I teach those things. I also teach what it means to emotionally connect with your audience by first knowing who your audience is. See, I know that over here I have a married couple. And I know that because they're a married couple, I can speak between them and say certain things that both of them are going to respond to. That might make her emotionally respond one way and him another way. I know I have another married couple over here. I know a non-married here and a non-married there. And so there are things that I can say on either side of the room, and over here I can talk about taking a shower together in the morning, and that's good for a marriage, right? And I go back over here and he's like, I'm taking a shower with my girlfriend, I'm not celebrating this or that, right? That's what I mean by knowing your audience. How you influence them and persuade them is significantly different, one to the other. You guys are free to go. I thank you so much for being here. I'm honored that you were here, that you stayed all day and then some. It is so awesome to have you. Oh, we have another drawing. I want to give away another bottle of wine. I'm so sorry, I forgot. And I have these. These are gifts for anybody who is thoughtful enough to buy a ticket to the next event, which will be March 24th in downtown Dallas. You buy a ticket for anybody else, and you get one of those books for free. Oh, and by the way, these are by Robert Strand. They're the little books. This one is Gentleness, Faithfulness, Patience, Kindness. They're the 9 fruits of the Spirit. So they're really cool little books. You can have those as a gift if you buy a ticket. Like I said, if you buy a ticket for someone else instead of the $2.97 on the website, they're $25 today. Buy those and give them away. Who wins the wine?
Bruce Ferris.
Draw again.
Draw again. He doesn't do wine. His wife won't let him drink.
I've never drank.
I've never drank. You haven't got his wife, have you? No. You would do what she tells you as well.
I know. Tell me as long as I can remember what she told me.
I know I'm going to come to them.
Alan Pickering. Hey, all right. There you go.
All right. Like I said,
you would stick here.
I'm not sure of that, right? It goes to the man cave. You guys are free to go. You're welcome to stay around and chat as long as you like to. They're not going to throw us out of the room anytime soon. Books, DVDs, tapes, or CDs over there, so if you'd like one of those, let me know. And the Mastermind program, like I said, if you sign up for that, that's to put the dreams to the test for 10 weeks, and you get one of everything else included in that as well.
Thanks.